most continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Chicago Cougars and the Green Bay Packers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Ready? Check. Right here, guys.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you give up 14 points
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games, because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The Packers at 9-1 on the year. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
And partner, to me, this is a team that no matter what the matchup, they are up for the fight. They are really suited for the postseason the way they're playing right now, and I would not want to face them come playoff time.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Sometimes it's design, but sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And the ball is knocked out. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. The 20. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. But remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had 1 pick. It could have been his 2nd, but instead it's 4th down. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Throwing on 3rd and long. Bryant, that's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Throwing on 1st down. Bryant. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the Packers will take over here just shy of the 30.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Ricky.
2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence on the move to his left. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And that is caught. It's Davis. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. McCaffrey running up the middle and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm the crowd. Man, I got you. 51's Mike. Mike's 51.
Lawrence will throw. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy. Heavy wants you.
Back to throw. Bryant. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Throw right side going to be caught by Hardman.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 50-yard line.
Ready? Mike by 2. Mike by 2. You go night-night. Some go night-night.
Off the play fake. Bryant.
Back to you.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. With third down coming up. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. He'll get that complete to Hunter Bryant, the tight end.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Ready? 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. This ball back for the offense. Let's go. 52. Ready? Go.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Come on.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
His 12th rushing touchdown, his 16th overall.
And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence, pass complete, finds Thomas going across the middle. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Kill. Hey, try 7. Hit it.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. Here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
57's the mic. 57.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Lawrence to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Up the gun, McCaffrey. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
That's a jet sweep. This is Adams. 7 yards there and a first down. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Yeah, baby! Woo! Set, ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Drop deep. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
3 down.
And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. So the 3 points there, CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
7 Pirates, 7.
They'll look to throw again. Catch is made by Hardman. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Locates Hardman for another catch. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back to throw again.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there,
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Cougars will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
Let's go now. 30 base.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
We got
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw on 3rd down, Bryant. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat.
They run it again with Cook. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Up the middle, it's Cook. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Come on, come on. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Cross the pass. 52.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bryant. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now, there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
Check 6, bullet high.
On 1st down, Lawrence escaping the pressure right. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. This is caught. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
McCaffrey following the penalty. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
On 2nd and goal, Lawrence. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. A.J. Terrell, the one who shot in there to drop the QB.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Sponge, no.
Play action, it's Lawrence. They'll roll him out right.
Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
And he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s, and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Packers pick it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Let's just call that play exactly what it is. Needed. Because they wanted to get back in the game, and they knocked the ball free, and now they have a chance to do exactly that.
They got the chance. Now they have to take advantage.
Down. 10 2 stop.
Let's get the ball.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
That would give to the big fullback Juszczyk. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk
with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Packers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Extra point up and through. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Let's make these babies cry all the way. 18, Rattler, 18, ready, go.
Throwing to start the drive. Bryant forced out to his left. He's got a man. It's his fullback. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now at Lambeau. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off play action. Bryant. This pass complete to Higgins.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun. Bryant. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Strong right.
Off the play fake. Bryant.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. It's complete. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10. The 8-yard line.
Every time, keep putting that ball on the ground. That's our ball.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Bryant got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. T. Higgins with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cougars add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the 4th quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken from about the 12. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A 3-score game here late. You could probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Logan Thomas, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. The extra point up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs to keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack. Second and 11.
Let's pick it up.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He'll let one go deep for Howard. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are right back in this football game. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him 32 on the play.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to green light that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
Now Lawrence on first down. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
41 Mike, right here.
It's a jet sweep. This is Adams. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
41 Mike. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Check 37.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Hey, check. We got tight left. 3 down.
Now Lawrence.
3 down.
He hits Adams complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense could get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Down. Can't do so. We own them.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Trevor Lawrence, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Point after up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Bryant. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Here we go, G.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for our visitors, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina.